802. Yeah, we dig that. Turn that dirt to a big bet. 802, that's the anthem. Better stand up. Turn the bell out to a mansion. Put your hands up. We do great excavation. All the landscaping from the roof to the roof.
Gonna do some work in the shop today. I've got the Bobcat L28 Fenders came in. Those are expensive. Hoping that keeps some of the dirt and salt and junk off the side of the machine. The install looks fairly simple. I've already done one fender and then decided to film the rest of it. I couldn't find anything online about installing them or any instructions or anything, so I figured it'd be good as time as any to show it, do the best I can to film it. Got the head cam going, and then this dude should be able to get this set up in here and get a decent video of it. It's pretty nice out today. It's like 30, 35, 34, 35, something like that. But yeah, here's the machine. The fenders go here on the side. You'll be able to see here's the fenders here, the brackets, bolts. It's fairly straightforward. I've already put this one fender on, this guy here, and they're pretty sturdy. I mean, this one, the only thing that's weird is they come with 4 holes. I don't know if you can see them in here. Let me get down there. The bolts are up here. There's another bolt that's supposed to go down here, but you can't because this is the cast iron. But in the front, it should bolt down there. Yeah, it wasn't hard to put them on. So we'll try and do this other side real quick. Now we need this 1/2 inch. There's only a couple bolts on here that hold this whole thing together, which is kind of cool. Easy plastics that I thought when I bought it that maybe the machine would be not flimsy, but if you were to smash these, it might be a pain to replace or get new ones or whatnot, or take it all apart, put it back together. But it's pretty simple. There's like, I think 5 bolts to hold each of these panels on the back. It doesn't take very long. Some of them are kind of hard to line back up afterwards when you're reinstalling, but really not bad at all. These ones in here are a bit weird, but not terrible. I'm glad to see that this one has the newer version has these grease zerks down here for the center pin. That was a problem on the earlier ones, like the 2020, 2021, something like that. But now it should be much better. You can grease them now. Before it's like a rubber bushing in there, which is kind of stupid. But yeah, I still have to change the oil on this thing. I don't think I'll be doing that today. I got some running around to do later on. But these fenders came in yesterday, and I figured I might as well throw them on. It don't take too long. I mean, one of them took probably 10 minutes, and that was kind of like figuring out how to line everything up. They don't really have like a pattern. You gotta drill 3 holes in here. It doesn't really have like a pattern. You stick the brackets up against it and then draw the center line on it. But there was no way of knowing if the outside, I'll show you in a second, if the fender itself would line up. You're just kind of shooting in the dark. So I put the fender on it with the bracket first, and then was able to line the fender, this part here, line it up where I wanted, instead of just putting the bracket in the center, because then this was too far down. It would look kind of goofy. It would be a big step. So I was able to line it up first and then drill, and it was fine. And this just comes right off. Look at that. Nice. That's a weird exhaust. It's going straight down. Battery and stuff. It's kind of a weird spot to put the battery. You can't get to it unless you take this cover off. But yeah. So these brackets go to the rear. The other brackets go to the front. And we'll just line these up on here like this. But what I did was I lined where I thought this was gonna go, and then I took another one of these. These are all the same, which is kind of cool. They're all the same part number, I believe. So yeah, so you can't really screw them up, you know. They just do the same shape, same holes. There's not a front or back to it. There's a front or back to the brackets, but not this. We'll see if this here will work. So this part, we're just gonna line up the back side here. This here, these with the holes on here. The bottom one doesn't get lined up to anything, but we will try to do this. Then I'll stick some bolts in here, and like, see, if you were to put it there, the top doesn't really line up. You know, you're way off. I don't know if you can really see that. So it has to go farther up. So what I did was I just stuck 3 bolts into the holes where they would go, so it keeps the bracket in place. And then just moved it to where I thought it looked the best, like right there. So now this is pretty well lined up. And through here, this back here is lined up. I kind of like where that is. And then I just took these out. Pulled this off. And you can see where like the bracket's not, down here it's centered, but up here it wasn't. This wasn't as far on the last one, which has me a little concerned. But that looks pretty good. Let's flush here, flush there. I guess I go up just a hair with it. I'm pretty picky about stuff for the most part, so it can be a challenge sometimes. Like that. Like, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so take that off. We're decent there. And then it looks the same as this one here would have. This one's a little farther down in the front. Maybe I'll push it down and make that one look the same. I mean, you're not really gonna notice it once it's on there, but let's see what we can do to make them look as close to the same as possible. One's in there. One's in here. That looks pretty good. One more test fit, then we'll go for it. I don't know, it's probably killing some of you guys to see how many times I put it on and take it off. But you only get one shot. I'm sure you could order these plastics again, obviously, but I prefer not to. Come on. Like that. I like it. Now, what I'm going to do is use this marker that I had here somewhere. Oh boy, the longest part of the job, finding tools you just had. What did I do with that marker? Aha. And we'll mark the center point here, here, and there. With a drill bit, it goes through pretty quick. Line it up to the center. Bingo. Oh, it's really only like 2 or 3 revolutions through it, or revolutions of the drill bit before you're actually through the plastic. There's that. Now I bring it over here, and you got these little pieces on the back that we just cut off. This one wasn't too bad. That previous one had some pretty good plastic pieces sitting on there. You see the factory holes in this thing? Like, man, you just gouge through whatever. Now, this we will set here for a second. We need 3 bolts and 3 retainers. And then put this back up here. So this is going to go like this. So I need the bolts coming through this way. They fit in there, and then you stick the retainer over top of it. And these things are a royal pain in the butt to get on there. So I used the ratchet or wrench and just pushed it over it. I seem to push it down in there far enough. Then use the pliers. Finish pushing it in. There might be a better way of doing this, but I'm not sure. This is how I did it. For the first one, it seemed to work. Maybe there's a tool or something that is used for this specifically. But you probably don't need the retainers the way I'm doing it here. But that's what the instructions said, so I figured I would just go with that instead of figuring out, getting all the way through it and figuring out I need them. Come on, get in there. There we go. All right, so those are flush in there now. Now you stick that through this side, through the back side. Now you should be able to see from there. So this goes through here, like so. Come on, get all in there. And then the kind of tricky part is getting it to stay. This next one goes and a fender at the same time. This, and then the nuts. I'll take 2 nuts for now. And then this bottom one down there is not going to line up, so it's kind of a pain because I need more floor space, so I gotta like tilt it back, stick it on there. 1, 2, 3 going through, and then this goes on. Two. Three. Now we'll tighten those up here in a second. Put those back. Then it's not this wrench. This 1/2 inch. Then we just snug them up. And they're already, they're retained in that back side. And I don't go crazy hard with these because it's plastic. Come on. There we go. And like everything plastic, it fits, but it doesn't, Like when they mold it decent, but it's not perfect. Good. There you go, it's nice and sturdy, and this goes back on. Bingo. Look at that. See? Not bad at all. Now just these other bolts go back in. And it's the same 1/2 inch for these. Just pretty cool. Kind of feel around. I guess I'll put this one up here first. Overall, it's not a bad job, and hopefully this covers, because they do stick out, 4 or 5 inches, whatnot. It doesn't cover it completely, but it's pretty close. So hopefully it'll be better at least. Overall, I really like this machine. It's done. I mean, it's only got, I think, 50 hours on it, but So far it's been pretty sweet. The areas you can get in with it versus like the skid steer and these balloon tires kind of they float over top of stuff and don't leave a bunch of ruts everywhere. This one out here is such a pain to get in there. It's like the backside never really catches. What is going on? There we go. It probably just came back out. Yep, it did come back out. What is going on with this thing? See if that works. Sucks having long arms sometimes. It's like the worst part of the whole job is getting back in here to tighten these things down. Especially this little lower one. The other side was kind of the same. Bingo. Yeah. There's the Fender. Turned out pretty good. And the other one. Sweet. We'll take the rest of these off. It's weird that it shows, like, what does that go to? See the hydraulic level, but I don't know what this little drain tube is. I can't really see what the hydraulic level, oil level is in there. Looks full, maybe? Either full or completely empty. One of the two. It's a little warm in here. The shop is nice and warm. It's 66 degrees in here, I think. I have it set for, what is it? Yeah, 65. I have it set for 65, and it's all in-floor heat, which is pretty sweet. There's no other heat source at all, just the floor. And it works awesome. It works very well. It's a lot nicer working in here than the past 7 or 8 years, whatever it's been. It was all outside, laying in the ground. So like in the wintertime, you didn't really do any maintenance or work or anything because you were freezing to death. And now I don't have to freeze to death. I can tell that bottom one's gonna be a pain again. Is there another one? Bingo. Alrighty. Don't like that. I'll probably put, do I have, yeah. I'm gonna use my dog bed over here. So I don't scratch the plastics. This, what you're looking at now is like a photo booth for my wife. She does photography on the side, typically dog photography. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's put these back. Well, these should be next. Oh, well, these are each individually tagged. It's almost like they're for sale individually or something. Grab some of this trash. Back over here. Look at this just in case it's different for the back, but I don't think it is. Wait for the front. Front roof, right cover, left cover. The back and outside. Mark the center slots. Use a 3/8 drill. Yep, same thing. So let's take this, and these 2 bolts. Let's stick it on here. See what happens. Thinking there. They don't fit the greatest, though. Something like that. I think I'd want more. I guess more to the back wouldn't hurt it. Right. That's pretty good. It's pretty good right there. Right. Not terrible. See if we can get it to stay. See, it's gonna slide. I need something underneath this to keep it here. What can I put underneath it? All right, let's do it all over again. Bolt. Bolt. That. Like that. Right. Come down just a hair. That looks pretty good, I think. It's kind of even for. Look at the edges on this. They suck. That's not terrible around through there. It's pretty even. Let's go in the back. All right. I like it. Now let's see where this bracket lines up versus the. Yeah, I think we could make that work. My concern was that it's going to be too high up here, so that when you put this behind, the hole will be a little bit off, but I think it'll be okay. All right, it's like when this is on, how much farther can I come down? Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's keep it like that and see what happens. Worst comes to worst, we have to buy a new Fender, I guess, or we can re-drill it. So center. 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 Bingo. Move it off of here, I think. No. Here we go. Moment of truth. All right, now we gotta do these 4 bolts. Has to go like this, so they're gonna go through this direction. 1, 2. 3. 4. And 4 retainers. I remember the first time I saw these retainers, where I usually see them, was on brake rotors on a couple vehicles holding the brake rotor on, which is a royal pain in the ass to try and pull these things off once they're on here with needle nose or something, trying to get them off to get the brake rotor off. They're not really neat. I guess maybe they're needed at the factory to hold it on for a split second before they put the rim on, but usually the caliper goes on and holds it down pretty decent. Yeah, here we go. Oh, can't move that. There's no clean up this one a little bit. Boom. Bingo. Boom. All in. Fender. I should probably grab these nuts real quick, just in case it goes smooth, then I'll be able to just bolt it right on. Like that. The other bracket. Let's get this one in. Two more nuts. What does it look like? Yeah, I like that. It's overall not bad, but I think for the price, an aftermarket company, they were like 800 bucks with tax to put these on. I think that was my dealer giving me somewhat of a discount. They were more online at Bobcat Parts, and my dealer kind of gave me a discount, I think because I buy so much stuff from them. But for 800 bucks, I mean, they're tiny little pieces of plastic. I think for a couple $100, an aftermarket company could come out with some that are a little better and maybe a little wider, or some mud flaps or something on them. I think it should just come standard with, if you get the wide tires, this should just come as part of the package, like for not. If I remember right. Put this drain down here. Oh. I just noticed that the windshield wiper fluid is not connected. That's not good. That's what that drain line I thought was. It wasn't. It's the windshield washer fluid. Jeez. Alright, that can stay like that. Now this I think has to go over top of this hydraulic fluid first. Maybe under this and over. And under like this. Bingo. Perfect. We'll grab these other bolts that go in. Well, one more to do. Come on. We'll get them all finger tight first. No. Get back here. The weird, like, retaining clips or whatever is behind these are not the greatest. Yeah, they don't really line up very well. This one I can tell is going to be a pain in the butt. Holy crap, I got it first try. Love it. Overall, it hasn't been bad so far. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. Gives it some more protection. It's not terrible. I mean, I've been at it for probably an hour total, maybe. So we'll take one more side off. You can see the difference between the Fender and no Fender. Covers quite a bit. I'm hoping, and they seem fairly sturdy. So hopefully that helps out. Guess we'll find out. Let's do this other side real quick and then wrap the project up. Wonder what's under this side. I haven't seen too much. I haven't seen anyone take, besides Pagel Services, you know, they completely disassembled theirs to redo that center pin, but they have the older one where it's not greasable in the center. I know Caleb was kind of complaining about that, which I don't blame him. That's ridiculous. Like, there's the big loader over there. I mean, all of them you grease the center pin. Why would you have something that's not? I don't even like how a lot of this stuff isn't greasable. Like up here, no grease. There's no grease zerks and anything. It's all like a non-greasable rubber bushing kind of thing, and not a huge fan. The first time I saw it was on the E85. The thumb doesn't have a greasable pivot point, so I thought it was just missing a grease zerk. So I called the dealer. It was like 2 days after I bought it. I called the dealer and was like, hey, this thing is missing a grease zerk. They're like, all right, we'll come down and take a look. And then they call me back. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't have them. So I started asking around online and stuff, and sure enough, it does not. And then now this machine has almost no grease points. I think it has 10, maybe, which, I mean, usually it has double that, if not more. I would rather have grease. I mean, I guess replacing those wouldn't be terrible. They said it's supposed to last, I don't know, 500 or 1,000 hours. I forgot what they said. But like grease, most of the time we over grease all of our stuff. Just because, I mean, grease is not cheap, but it's a lot cheaper than replacing pins. Like, the pin might only be, you know, $100 or something, but then you got the labor plus the downtime of the machine. Like, it just makes more sense to grease something, I guess, to me. But we'll see how it works out. Oh boy, this one's huge, so it's gonna go all the way back here. Is there any down here? Oh, ugh. This side panel is massive. All plastic. I think there's a company that makes steel ones, which I don't know if I would like that or not. I don't think plastic's any more forgiving, but you can, you know, this will bounce back at least a little bit. Obviously it'll get torn up, but you could replace it versus the steel. You're gonna have a big ugly dent in it for a while, unless you replace it. Oh my goodness, there's more. This side, there's a ton of them. I have a feeling this side's gonna be more fun to get on than the other one. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. We got hydraulic bank, cooling fans, hydraulic cooler looks like back there. Jeez. Wiring harness. Hydraulic motors. I mean, it's cool. I guess you can get to everything. All right, this one be flipped around. This. So this and this. I might speed this up on the editing or something, because I'm sure you've seen this already twice. It's probably pretty boring. this. Like that. And we'll compare it to this one. We've got, yeah, just a little bit lower bump. Pretty good there. Pretty good there. One more time. I like it. Still recording? Yep, battery's getting low. That's okay. There we go. You got any what's over here? Yeah, a little bit. Bingo. All right, now we just gotta put those little bolts in there. This. guys figure out when they're back? Usually I think they sound like so you can tell, or you just kind of you just know after a while? No, like a glove. Oh, I remember the nuts are nuts. I was just complaining about long arms and I was thinking, whew. That's beauty. I'm glad this went pretty smooth. I wasn't dreading it, but I was kind of not looking forward to drilling through plastic. I'm sure these plastics are like a frame or something if you screw them up, but it's pretty smooth. Making videos, like you feel like you should be talking the whole time, but then I listen to like watch some videos where they talk the whole time just saying absolutely nothing, just to keep talking because they don't want silence or something. I'm trying to talk too much. Let's get this big thing back together. Alright, so I guess we're still recording on this one, which is sweet. There's the final product. The fenders are all on, all 4 of them. I think it works pretty sweet. It's definitely a lot easier than I thought it would be. The instructions are pretty good, and yeah, when I'm pretty smooth. It's got quite a bit more coverage, so that's good. I think it'll be I'll be happy with it. Like I said before, I think the price of it is not, I mean, at $800, it's not really the greatest. You know, there's a couple pieces of plastic and some brackets, but overall, I think it'll kind of protect the machine a little bit better. Hopefully some aftermarket company or something can come out with one that'll be a little bit better. They're cheaper and maybe slightly a bit wider, but until then, I think it's pretty decent. It's been a good machine so far. I'm pretty happy with it for what it does. It gets in quite a few tight places that the bigger machines can't. And these big balloon tires, it doesn't rut up the ground as much. I mean, obviously, if you go back and forth 50, 60 times, it's still going to rut it up a decent amount. But overall, it's in and out little patio jobs or retaining walls, stuff like that. It's worked out really freaking awesome. This one does have the new center pin where you can grease it. So you can grease this here, greases the very center of the pin. And then on this side, there's 2 remote grease points here where that greases the top and the bottom. It's kind of hard to see, I guess, but it greases the top and the bottom of the pin. Some of the earlier ones didn't have that, which was kind of a pain, but then that center pin would wear out. But yeah, pretty happy with the machine so far. Gotta do an oil change and some other stuff on it for the next video. I didn't see any videos of these fenders. I just barely saw these fenders that someone had. I asked them where they got it, and it said Bobcat dealer, so I ended up purchasing them. I've never seen them before, and I couldn't find any install videos or reviews on them at all, so I figured I'd do a quick little video in installing it. It took about an hour and 15 minutes or so. And what took the longest was the first side, trying to figure out, what exactly I have to do and where to drill. The instructions are pretty easy. It's like 2 pages. And yeah, should be good to go.